due to certain circumstances, I've had to move out of my apartment, and it's been pretty devastating on my ego, my wallet, my life, my time, every single thing. And honestly, I broke down a few times, furious, just absolute anger, pure blood boiling. And I'm so mad that I got myself into this place where I have to make decisions that go beyond my emotions to logic. And, I wanted to talk about how I got through it today. That this one thought brought me from absolute fury to calm. And this has to do with in life, when you're doing anything, when you're trying to build something, when you have built something, you're afraid to lose it. If you lose something, I have problems with loss particular. So this really, really meant a lot to me to find a solution to make me feel okay. And that comes down to certain sets of values. Now, when we think of values, you think, I value, having my place and, having things the way I like it, having some control. And like the way that I've come to going through the issues is that despite having to make decisions that were out of my control, the end result, whether immediately or in the future, is this one word, freedom. The more I can work towards freedom, less happiness, the more happy I will be. So the less rules I have, the less, let's say somebody takes away a bit of my control around my surroundings. Okay, fair enough. But if I have the freedom to leave those surroundings, whether it's freedom to live in my car, if that's what it is, or, buy a van, or, just get a new place, the freedom to not be told what you do, what you have to do, is really what has brought me to the next side. So, maybe you have an oppressive parent you're living with if you're younger, or you have, a job that you feel stuck in. Now, you can be stuck in that job, absolutely, and be afraid to leave it because you don't know what's going to happen. However, that oppression will never let go. The only way you can really get free is to leave it, right? For the most part, for most cases. But it's scary. But once you do it, you have the terror. You'd be like, oh, did I make the right decision? Blah, 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 this and that. But you are in the side of freedom. You won't have that job pushing down on you, telling you everything, making you stay late, not paying you, not treating you the best, not understanding your value. All of the problems for this example, all of those things can be gone. And then you're still scared that was a good thing to leave it. It's strange. I know. Humans and our emotions are illogical sometimes. It's crazy. But if you get rid of all of those, then you're free. And when you're free, you're in control. And then the scariest part will surface when you are free is, do you believe in yourself? Do you have faith in yourself? Do you believe in God has a plan for you if that's the path that takes for you? But when you are face to face with yourself and freedom and the choice of doing anything, because I believe anybody can do anything in this world, you're going to really have a hard slap in the face and a rude awakening that only you are responsible for your whole life. And all of the choices that you have ever made have brought you here. Nobody else's fault. Yes, there are players on the chessboard, but you moved them. You put them there and you did not sacrifice certain ones and so on. You, only you, or me, whoever we're talking about, is completely responsible for your emotions and your position. Everything, every single thing. It does not matter. Everything that anybody has ever done has come from a position that was No more special than you. Nobody is special. You are not special. I am not special. I grew up poor and blah, 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 and I have this against me. Somebody who's had it worse and made it far more successful than you. There's no excuses. And, when we think of that, we think of like being responsible, we have to really treat ourselves as not unique. We have to consider like, okay, well, I just have to work harder. I have to outwork people. I have to do my truest work, might be my finalist form, and really try at becoming the self that you see in the mirror, the one that you imagine, the life that you have. You have to push for it millimeter by millimeter and just keep going, because you will make progress. But if you do nothing and you don't make those changes, you won't be free, and you won't have the choice, and you won't have the control, and everything is just going to be pulling you backwards. So at some point you have to say, fuck it, no matter what kind of situation I put myself in, if you're working towards more freedom, you're going to be better off. That's how I'm seeing it now, and it has made me feel incredible. To a degree where I'm rewiring and seeing the whole world all over again for that word. It's like freedom is everything that I can consider to be the path. Because if you're free, then it's up to you to make the choices, to find the right answers, to follow the right people, to surround yourself with a circle that supports you and says, no, you can do it. Blind faith in you and says, you are the man, you are the best, you can do this, you can do whatever you want. Oh, you want to be a musician? Absolutely, I friggin' believe in you. Your music is incredible. Let me connect you to my friend, or this or that, or can I help you? That is the kind of person you want to surround yourself. And those people are probably not in your circle right now. And, you have the ability to find them and search them out and seek them to help you. And, even if you're in one step away, but proximity, and you hear about them in this news and whatever through a friend, it's inspiring. It keeps you motivated. That's what happened when I moved to New York. It was like getting closer and closer with people. And then, somebody's like, oh, Alicia Keys is coming here today. I'm like, holy shit, wow. And then like I didn't see her, nothing. And then like she's working with Mark and whatever. And then I'm like, Mark, what's she like? He's like, she's absolutely one of my favorite celebrities I've ever worked with. She's the kindest person ever. So grateful. She actually came back and said thank you and gave me a card or a cake or something. I can't remember exactly. But true story. She was incredible, apparently. And that was like, oh, now that's a freaking celebrity. That is a superstar. Somebody who cares and is like working with the people and sees the growth and like the world that they're building. That's who I want to be around and hear about. And that's the circle of power that goes, oh, hey, you know what? And you know what? Why don't you work on this other one? It's like the first thing I was like doing with Taylor Swift. And it was right after that. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Awesome. Cool. And, that was like the smallest thing. It was like the littlest thing. But it was like, holy crap. I came from Cape Cod where there's nothing here. And then a few months later, surrounding myself with the right circle and networking to that, I'm working on something that Taylor Swift made, like way back, like way back. And like that was like one. And then later on, by the time I'm working with her again in the way future, I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, I know her style. I know what she likes. It's like comes and it just builds and builds. And you can do this. You can build yourself and your life and your whole reputation and get better. And that's where, say, I'm bringing in branding in so much. Like this is all part of that. Like you've got to represent yourself in your life. And you've got to build yourself and your personality and your reputation and your brand that you put forward so that you can keep moving forward and have that thing that somebody can understand. So it's about time to look at what are those things that are holding you back, or people or situation or location or whatever, and say, I'm really scared to get rid of this, but fuck it. If it's going to make me free, do it. That's where I'm at. My empty little apartment. My sad to leave. But it's going to be better in the end. Absolutely. I think that for me, where I'm going, it's going to be so amazing. I can picture it. And in fact, I have to do more visioning and meditation so that it becomes more and more real. So it's less of like a surprise when I get there. It's like more, no, it's like, why am I not having this? I need this. And then have that drive to work harder. That's my path right now. And I hope that this encourages you to look at your life and just be like, is this right? Am I locked up here somehow? And despite whatever ruthlessly painful consequence it is of having to make a decision not on emotion, but on logic, on reason, and how painful it might be on the other side of that, if it's working towards freedom, it's going to be the choice for you. All right, peace.